Hello everybody, welcome to my video lecture. Myself Dr. Poorna Bose, Professor and HOD Physics, Government BYT PG Autonomous College, Durg, Chhattisgarh. Now, I will explain today an experiment to study the characteristics of a NPN transistor in common base mode and to determine the value of alpha, that is current gain. Now the apparatus used here is NPN transistor, either NPN or PNP. We have used here NPN transistors. Two power supplies, one from 0 to 2 volt and the other one is 0 to 12 volt. DC voltmeters of range 0 to 15 volts is a DC millivoltmeter and milliammeter of range 0 to 500 milliammeter. Two rheostats or potentiometers, two DC milliammeters 0 to 20 milliamperes. Now we have used here the NPN transistor. And the power supplies, we have taken two power supplies, DC voltmeter, one DC voltmeter 0 to 500 millivolt range and another DC milliammeter of 0 to 200 milliamperes range. Now let us discuss the theory of to draw the characteristic of the in common base mode. A transistor consists of either PNP or NPN is essentially consists of back-to-back PN diodes. Now the heavily doped region is called the emitter, the middle region is called the base and the lower doped region is called the collector. If we want to make one NPN transistor, then we have to use N type of material as emitter and collector, of which emitter is heavily doped and the collector is lightly doped. The P type of material is in the middle and it is sandwiched between the two N type of materials, that are emitter and the collector. Now the charge carriers in N type of material, majority charge carriers are electrons, and in P type of material the majority charge carriers are holes. Now the material, same type of emitter and collector are made up of same type of material. A transistor can be connected in three types of modes. Now we will discuss here the commons in NPN transistor in common base mode. The circuit diagram is shown here. Now this is the emitter, which is made up of N type of material, and it is forward biased because this N type of material emitter is connected with the negative terminal of the battery and the base is common and it is connected with positive terminal of the battery. 1 milliammeter is connected with the emitter and for measuring the voltage, a voltmeter is connected. There is one rheostat or multimeter, or you can use rheostat or potential divider can be used to vary the voltage of the battery. Now the output circuit is reverse bias, so the collector, which is made up of N type of material, it is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, and the base is again here connected with the negative terminal of the battery. So the input circuit is connected in the forward bias mode, forward biased, and the output circuit is reversed biased. So this is the circuit diagram of a NPN transistor connected in common base mode. Now let us consider let us start with the input characteristic curve. The input circuit is forward biased, and characteristics can be plotted between IE, that is emitter current, and voltage between emitter and base in the emitter circuit for a given value of VCE. That means for a constant value of VCE, collector emitter voltage, the variation between IE and VEB is just like the diode characteristic. Now here we have shown the characteristic for two constant collector base voltages, constant collector base voltages. First of all, we have taken collector base voltage as equal to 0, and for the second one we have taken it for plus 5 volts. The other constant values of CB, VCB can be taken, and the graph can be plotted between IE and VEB. So this is the input characteristic of the common base mode. This is the observation table, which shows two values we have taken here. Other values can be taken. For constant collector voltage, we have changed the values of, varied the values of emitter voltage, and then we have noted the other values of current, the change in values of emitter current. Now the junction becomes better diode as the VCB increases, that is the collector base voltage increases. The mechanism of increase in IE, that is emitter current, is due to more force on the charge carriers in the emitter region towards the base region and the collector region. DC there will be increase in the IE for the same VCE, different VCE for different values of VBE, which is shown in figure 2. Now we have shown in figure 2. This is figure 2. Now the dynamic input resistance is given by Ri, which is given by delta IBE upon delta IE for constant value of VCB, that is constant value of collector base voltage. Now for output characteristics, the observation table is given here. We have to keep the emitter current constant, and for two values of constant value of emitter current, we have taken the reading for variation of VCE, that is collector base voltage, for different values of collector base voltage we have taken the reading for collector current. Now the output current is output circuit is reverse biased for a constant value of emitter current IE. The variation of collector current is noted, and a graph is plotted between variation of ICB and VCB. And now for a constant value of IE, that is emitter current, we have changed the value of VCB, that is collector base voltage, and noted the variation of collector current and drawn this type of graph. This is, first of all, it increases the value and then it becomes constant, that is saturated. Now the graph of the output circuit is shown here. Now at IE equal to 0, collector current is not 0 because of the reverse leakage current. Here it shows, that is for VCB equal to, we have taken here VCB is not 0 for IE equal to 0. Now this is because of the reverse leakage current. ICB curves are almost flat for the increase in VCB, which show that it is current source. Now it means that the transistor should have high output resistance, negative resistance, as the voltage VCB is negative, neither minority charge carriers cross the collector junction nor the injection of charge carriers from the emitter region. Hence, the collector drop sharply to the collector current drop sharply to the 0 value. Now the dynamic output resistance R0 can be calculated. R0 equal to delta VCB upon delta IC for I taken as constant. IE, that is emitter current, taken as constant. Now let us then calculate the current transfer characteristic curve, which is between collector current and emitter current. Now current transfer characteristics curve keep the collector base voltage at a fixed voltage value, and then the different values of IE take the reading for IC, the collector current. Now here, this is the observation table. We have kept VCE is constant. For two values we have taken the reading, and if we change the emitter current, there will be change in the collector current. Now one graph is drawn here now between the IC and IE. This is figure number 4. Now from figure 4, that is from the current transfer characteristic curve, current gain alpha can be calculated. Alpha equal to delta IC upon delta IE for VCE when it is taken as constant. Now the slope of this line is equal to AB upon BC. Here it is calculated between the graph, and AB upon slope of the graph is given by AB upon BC. This is the point A, and this is the point C, and this is the point B. Now the slope of the curve is given by AB upon BC. Now the slope of the line is AB upon BC, and current gain alpha can be calculated at a constant value of VCE. Now let us discuss the result. The characteristic curves should be drawn as explained above, and current gain and dynamic resistances should be calculated. Now the value of alpha is maximum value is 1 and it cannot be reached, so it is below 1. It should not exceed the value of 1. Now let us discuss the precautions. The polarity of the batteries should be checked while connecting. Second is overheating of the transistor should be avoided. Third, current and voltage should be varied in small steps. And the fourth one is voltages applied between different leads should not exceed the recommended values. Now thank you very much for listening to my video lecture.